Terrible financial advice. I know you guys have heard because everybody seems to give it. And of course, you can argue for or against anything that I'm going to talk about in this video, but representation matters, okay? I want to talk about the unpopular opinions and maybe give you a different perspective about these pieces of financial advice that might make you think a little bit, okay? So give you a lot for all that and more. It's Crystal with the Cash Compass. All right, welcome back. I am here to teach you all the things that you should have learned in school about money, but for whatever reason, they forgot to mention it. Please be sure to subscribe because we talk about everything from personal finance to invest into the economy. Let's get into it. First one, do not let your mortgage company finesse you out your money, okay? I think I talk to nauseam, all right, about the banking system. I have videos. I'll put one up here for you to check out, but the banks are not your friend, okay? They're not I'm your friend. They're not. So listen to me. But it's a very interesting system that I think that if more people were educated on the system, it would be a true revolution, okay? We're seeing rioting and protests going on right now. What if people really understood what was going on with the banking system, okay? That would be catastrophic. But let me ask you something. Haven't we learned to not seek approval from other people? All right? Let this apply to these banks too, okay? Do not seek approval from them, okay? They will give you the approval that you might not even deserve, okay? Let's think about this. And it is not only for mortgages, it's also for like any kind of loan you get into. When they are asking you for information, do they ever ask for all your bills? Oh, wait. I know the answer. They don't, okay? They don't ask you for all your bills. They only ask you for expenses that are going to be on your credit score for the most part. So, like, if you have any other loans, they're going to ask you for that, right? They're going to see it on your credit history, and they use those things to actually calculate if you are approved for this new mortgage loan or whatever loan it is, okay? Why is that problematic? Yes, people will tell you all the time, you should buy a house. House ownership is important, and I do agree with that. However, you might not be able to afford it. They don't calculate your food. They don't calculate your phone bill. They don't calculate your utilities, Netflix, brunch. Okay, they don't calculate brunch. That's expensive. And, I get it on one hand because are you going to actually sit here and prove out every single piece of somebody's expenses? Maybe not. And then also, if you do ask to provide that information, I could just lie. So I understand that point, but that's why it's important to not just go over there and get approved and think I'm good because I got approved for it, okay? You have to do the math yourself, okay? You have to get that payment and say, okay, based off of this payment, and trust me, you can get pre-qualified. I actually shared some information about getting pre-qualified in this video up here if you do want some type of personal loan or credit card. And once you get pre-qualified, take that payment amount and throw that payment amount into your budget because you don't want to be house poor or car poor. And that basically means you have a house, you have a car, but you ain't got nothing else. On top of that, something that just kind of really bothers me is the whole process of getting a loan, okay? I've explained this before on my channel, but I want to say it here again to really emphasize it. These banks do not have that money, okay? The money is created when you decide that you need that loan. Again, that money did not exist before you walked through the door, before you started typing in those numbers, okay? And especially now because the Federal Reserve has their reserve requirement at 0. I don't want to cloud this video up with a whole bunch of things to confuse people, but just hear me out here. Banks do not have to have not even 1 penny of the money that you put in there actually in there, okay? They don't have to have anything on reserve for anybody. Let's say you need a house and it costs $300,000, okay? They didn't have that money, okay? They type it in the screen. They give you a deposit of $300,000 and they give you a loan for $300,000, okay? So the money never existed. They actually never had it. Now let's say you don't pay your mortgage. Let's say you go into foreclosure and now you lose your house. Well, guess what? That imaginary money that they just popped into the system now becomes a real asset. So they just turned nothing into a whole asset, okay? It's a phenomenal thing that I cannot believe people are not like going crazy about. Like, how can you do that? It doesn't make any sense. But at any rate, that's what happens, okay? So don't get finessed, okay? Don't get finessed about your house, okay? And don't give the banks a property that they don't really deserve, right? Because they never really had the money to begin with. And I got time, so we could talk about it in the comments. The next one that I know you've heard if you had a 401k is to diversify your portfolio depending on your age, okay? I know you guys have heard, okay, well, you're young, so you can go ahead and take all these high risk stocks. And then when you get older, we'll put you in some bonds, okay? Like, you can handle the risk. And it wouldn't be 2020 if I didn't get unnecessarily and over emotional about absolutely nothing. So that's ageist, okay? Ageism is right up there with all the other isms that we don't like, okay? Racism, sexism, ageism, all ages matter. Who told you because I'm 20 something that I'm okay with losing all my money? Huh? Who told you that? I understand the concept. Like, yes, if I do mess up all your money and you go to 0, at least you have some time to bounce back, right? I understand it. at the older piece, right? If I'm somebody who's older and needs this money, maybe I don't want to put the risk in there, right? Maybe I want to be as conservative as possible because I literally need this money to survive. I get that. However, it's not fair to assume that on the other end of the spectrum, everybody's okay and everybody has a large risk appetite. So when you're hearing people say it to you, you know, while it might make sense, kind of rationalize it with yourself. Do I want to lose money? Do I think because I'm 30 or 40, I'm okay? Does it make sense to you? Go off of your own experiences. Go off your own risk appetite. Don't listen to somebody telling you it's okay to lose money because you're young. That does not make any sense to me, okay? I don't like that. Next one is a little bit personal, okay? But they tell you to buy a whole new car if your old car is giving you problems, all right? Story time. I have a car that is 8 years old. Wait, where we at? 2020, yes. I have a car that is 8 years old, okay? A Toyota 2012. Mind you, the car right now I think is worth maybe around $4,000. And last month or the month before that, I had to pay like $1,000 to get something in my car fixed, okay? My AC was broken. And I live in Florida. So that's an emergency, okay? So, you know, my dad was telling me, oh, get a new car. Like, your car's old. Mind you, he's been saying that for the longest. But telling me to get a new car because my car is old and why are you gonna put so much money into this car? Get a new car. And I'm like, all right, let's think about this. And mind you, I'm not a car person, but like I can get from A to B. The AC works now and I don't have any other problems. I get my car maintained every few months and I'm good to go. I had to put $1,000 into it. Yes, that is 25% of the car's worth. Like, yes, that's crazy. However, that was it, okay? And now I'm gonna be good until I don't know when, right? Hopefully for the rest of the year, I'll find some wood. Hopefully I'll be good until it's time to kind of get a new car within the next couple of years or so. But if I were to get frustrated and be like, yeah, you're right, like I'm gonna get me a new car. Well, guess what? That $1,000 just turned into $17,000 or $20,000. That doesn't even make any sense. Now, of course, if something major happens and it's costing me like $3,000 or $4,000 to fix it, then okay, maybe it's time to get another car if that repair is not going to help kind of extend the longevity of the car, right? Like my AC was broken, I get that fixed, my car is still good. But if I had nothing but issues, thousands of dollars every single month, yeah, then it's time to put money into something new. But if it's something that's small, under $1,000, and your car still has some worth and your car can still, you know, move around, then why spend the extra money? It makes no sense. The next one is for all my shoppers out there, and they tell you to buy something because it's on sale. No, don't do it. Don't do it. It only makes sense to buy something on sale if you were going to buy it anyway, if you needed it, right? They might be doing a sale on something, but if you didn't really need it, if you weren't going to buy it before, you're not saving money, you're spending it, okay? If that new bag that you wanted was on sale from $100 to $75, you did save $25, but you really wasted $75. It makes no sense to buy that if you don't actually need it. I know you have a good purse back there somewhere. I saw it. And this is important now more than ever because people were not spending, right? Spending fell off of a cliff. But now that people are kind of used to COVID, like we're just coexisting, right? So now people are starting to shop more. And there are a lot of sales. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you. I've been looking at them, okay? I've been looking, but I'm not touching, okay? Because you don't want to go overboard and start spending money on things you do not need, no matter if it's on sale or not, okay? In these times where it might seem like things are kind of returning to normal, do not get caught slipping, okay? You should still be saving. You should still be looking into other investments and trying to really put your money in places that are going to protect you because I don't think we're out of it, okay? Especially if there's another wave. If there's another wave, like I said before, wave goodbye, right? Like it's going to be a problem. People are getting comfortable right now. And I don't want that to be you. I want you to still keep your guard up and I want you to still think about saving. Even though the world's returning to normal, you might still have your job. You don't know what's going to happen next, okay? This year has been very eventful and we still have months and months to go. So be cautious. And make sure you unsubscribe from those emails because they are tempting. So any email telling you new sale, big sale, like there's a certain company that I'm not going to name. They have a one-day sale every single day, okay? Unsubscribe. The next one is to start a business. Yes, okay, it's really great to have your own thing. Of course, I know because I love my little YouTube channel, right? And I do think it's so important and I feel so much more fulfilled doing this YouTube stuff than, you know, working my 9 to 5, honestly, even though I make considerably less money, right? But if you are interested in going to your own business, do not do it off of a whim, okay? I'm analytical by nature, so typically I'm the person who's doing a whole bunch of research, a lot more research before I actually get into something because you want to make sure that you have a good idea of what you're getting yourself into, right? Don't jump in head first. Last time I checked, and I can't remember the exact number, but I think it was something like 50% of businesses close within the first year. And then after the first 5 years, forget about it. Like the majority of them are closed. And you don't want to be in that 50 to 75% of people who get their business shut down on, okay? And it's because people do not do the work. I have seen firsthand People just buying a whole bunch of stuff for a business and they don't even know their target market. They don't even know demand. They don't even know what their fixed and their variable costs will be. I mean, they're just completely clueless to everything, right? And that's not a way to start a business. Of course, you don't want to have analysis paralysis where you're just sitting there doing analytics all day and you're not actually making moves, right? But just don't jump in head first, okay? Just take the time, let that business kind of grow. When I was starting my YouTube channel, I actually planned out content for the first 5 months of the year. So in January of 2019, I kept coming up with ideas and I had 100 ideas and 20 different videos outlined before I even started the YouTube channel. So, you know, have some kind of preparation and know what you're getting yourself into. It's a lot of work no matter what. When they say like a business is a lot of work, it definitely is, but it's definitely rewarding, but you want to do it the right way. The next one I've definitely mentioned before, but it's the concept of leaving a balance on your credit card to build your credit. I just know a credit card company started that rumor. Do not listen. They are trying to finesse you. Make your payments, pay off the card if you can. Absolutely do that, okay? Don't carry a balance. You're going to still have good credit. I know this, okay? Before you know it, what once was $100 will now cost $120 because it was just sitting there on your credit card, and we don't want that. Pay off your balance if you can. If you cannot, then you need to consider not using that card at all and just pay down that balance as you keep on going, and do not get tempted. Do not get dragged into the debt closet because too many people are in there, okay? And I want you to get out. But speaking of debt, the next one is be debt free. And especially within 2020, I made a specific video right here going into detail about why I don't think you should be paying off debt right now. But not all debt is bad, okay? I've said this multiple times before. Some debt actually helps you to achieve goals that you might not be able to achieve at your current income or with your current assets. There's some debt that can actually help you be beneficial and actually grow your wealth, okay? Like millionaires, I think it was something like 80 or 90% of millionaires have real estate, okay? Some of them might have hundreds of thousands of dollars laying around, but a lot of them got started by taking on mortgages. And mortgages are a great way to build your wealth because if you get a duplex, for example, well, now you have a property that you can live in one side and you can rent the other out, okay? Somebody could pay you rent, which is going to be paying on your mortgage, right? And you get so many different tax benefits, which is just amazing. Real estate in and of itself is a great tax haven, but some people just can't get there without a loan. So in that situation, you know, it doesn't make sense to be debt free because this debt is actually an asset for you because you have a home. Someone's paying your mortgage off. You get to get all these tax deductions like I just mentioned. So not all that is bad, okay? I want to hear from you guys though. Let me know what kind of advice that you guys have heard that you feel is like absolute crap. It doesn't have to even be financial advice either. I just want to hear your thoughts. But all right, that will do it. If you like this video, then please like this video and share with your friends. And if you have anything else going on, you know what to do. Go ahead and binge watch me. And until next time, keep your money up.